Oh, man. So Philadelphia was yesterday and it was great. You had fun?
I think there was like almost 10,000 people, they said there. It was insane. It was crazy.
Dude, your life must be nuts. Who would have thought that High School Musical the lightning in a bottle would repeat itself twice?
I know. It's insane. It's crazy.
Do you have over $1 million yet in the bank?
Over $1 million. I don't talk about that stuff.
You do, don't you? Dude, what's it like? How old are you?
I'm 22.
To have over $1 million in the bank.
I
We
don't.
talked about Mom last time you were here, and Mom, and we talked about drawers and stories that your mom was telling and stuff. But, do you ever have family members asking to borrow money now since, you're Sharpay and you make all kinds of mad cash? Nobody has asked for any cash?
No. No.
Nobody?
No.
Are you still single?
I don't know.
Is that the boy, the kid with the is he a musician boy?
I don't know.
Are you into a musician now?
I don't know.
You are.
You're so funny.
Dude, I love that you have a boyfriend now. Is it good? I mean, are things somewhat serious?
I'm not talking about my personal life.
I don't blame you for not wanting to, because everybody in music who does and in entertainment who does gets in trouble. Like Rihanna, girlfriend can't go to a bar with a guy without it becoming a huge story. We know what happened with your co-stars. We won't talk about that, because I think everybody wants to go there. You know what, dude? It's not like we didn't see it. Leave it alone. Let girlfriend sell her shoes. And High School Musical 3. And Zach is just hot. I mean, he's an edible man. I mean, if I were a gay individual, I would probably want to try to get with him, which wouldn't happen. But I mean, he's
He's very good looking.
Do you think he makes more than you?
I don't know.
Does it bother you that he does, maybe?
No, I mean, well, I think that everybody, I think when you go into a movie and you're playing a certain character, who the lead character is, it's always, but I think all 6 of us have brought something to the movie, so,
It's an amazing ensemble cast. I mean, did you think that when you were kicking it in Short Hills Mall in Jersey, back when you were discovered, did you ever think that this would be happening for you? Or did you kind of always know and it was just a matter of a means to an end,
I never knew. I just always hoped for, it's not the success that I hoped for. It's just more of the actual work, I loved, the opportunity. I love to work. I love acting. I love singing. I always hoped for it because I didn't quit. So, I mean, I didn't know, but obviously I didn't stop. So
last time we talked, you said you were thinking about a new car. What kind of car did you end up getting?
A new car? I did.
Did you or
You're
no?
Good at. Did you listen to did you listen to the interview again? Because you're remembering a lot.
No, I just remember. Well, you're you, and you know what, man? It's not every day that somebody gets to. I mean, I'm in a very enviable position. A lot of people who are watching this at hot995.com or hear this on the radio are like, God, he gets to sit there and talk to her. So I try to remember that. I mean, you're like an important kind of a person. You're sort of a big deal right now.
No, thank you.
And your success is pretty cool. So I try to remember the things we talked about, and I know you talked about hanky-panky boy shorts and getting a car, and we made fun of your coworker. But you know what? She's brought enough on herself. The girlfriend meant she needs to hire somebody to maintain the lawn at her house. I mean, and the world knows that now. And so I remember all of these things from our previous conversations. Go ahead and laugh, because you know you want to.
I'm uncomfortable.
Well, be comfortable. Did you buy a new car?
I did.
God, because I would if I were you with your kind of money.
I did.
My God, what kind did you get?
I usually lease my cars, but this one I did buy. I got a Porsche.
Dude, rock on.
A Boxster, yeah.
Dude, you're kicking it hardcore now.
Yeah, it's the only one I've
actually. BMW. I'm gonna lease one of those if I decide I want a weekend car. I've got a Boxster.
No, it's just that it's like as I said, I've always leased my cars,
sure.
And I thought it was a great investment,
right.
Obviously, and the not to get I wanted a convertible, and so I thought the Porsche was the best investment for that.
Is your house burning down right now in California?
No, thank God.
Are you a little concerned about that?
I live in a condo, so
dude, that would really
it could burn down.
Royally bad.
Yeah, but no, I live in L.A. I'm not in Malibu or in the other direction.
So you're still kind of away from. I mean, but does that fire in California concern you at all? Because you've got to have friends that live in.
Well, my mom and dad are there right now, and they're telling me about it all the time. But it's scary, dude. I have friends that live out in Malibu, and so it's horrible.
Does it remind you that life is very short, and you need to prioritize things?
I always think about that. That's always something that I've always I never get too ahead of myself, and I've always thought about that.
Because there's a lot of people in Hollywood that are your age with similar success that are going to rehab and that are imploding, and you've kind of just stayed away from that because you don't drink.
I don't drink.
You don't do any sort of illicit substance.
No, I don't smoke.
You might make the whoopee a little bit, but that's your business. What advice would you give to your colleagues? I mean, even people on your own ensemble cast at High School Musical are running into some issues because of whatever. I mean, what's worked for you?
I just think it's very hard. When you're in Hollywood, obviously, like it's a hard situation. You have, the paparazzi all the time and stuff, and sometimes that is, brought on by yourself, but also it's like I give props to like. Now your phone's going off in the middle of our interview.
Some ass trying to call him. He needs to go away. I'm like, go away. Mike Miller, he does mornings at a radio station in Harrisburg. He's not as important as you. I'm talking to Sharpay. Go away.
God.
Go away. Zac Efron got nothing on me. No, but
as I was saying, it's just, I give props to, like Britney Spears and everybody who's going through that kind of thing. But at the same time, I just feel like, even though I live in LA, like I don't live a Hollywood life. I'm just I have grown up in a normal childhood. I went to regular school. And I think that's probably part of the problem is that you get success at such a young age, some of those kids or some of those people. And so it's just it's hard. That's a hard thing. I'm so glad my success came, in my 20s or when I was 19 because then I could handle it. In high school, I don't know. You have so much, so much going on with your high school life and being a teenager that's a lot to handle. So I just feel like, I've always kept my business, like my career is my job, just like everybody goes to work every day.
Sure.
And then when I'm not doing it, I'm completely away from it. And if it ever got to the point, I mean, I had paparazzi moments, but it ever got to the point where there's like 30 people, like 30 paparazzis, I'd probably like move out of LA.
I'd run them over. I mean, like, do you think, like how Britney ran over one dude's foot or whatever? Like, you can't hold her accountable for that.
No, they're really rude, and they get in your face, and they say rude comments, like, it's not fair. Like, I mean, half the stuff that people see is just like, it's looking bad on the celebrity, and really you have to see it from the other way. It's
the most
hard.
rude thing one of them ever said to you?
Oh, I was coming out of like the Hairspray premiere or something,
right?
And I was signing autographs. Like there's always the guys that have the photos with the like good photos of you that are like glazed, and they want you to sign it with a blue pen. And usually
eBay
those are
junkies.
eBay, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I signed a couple for them, but I was on the cell phone and I was talking a serious conversation. I didn't know that anybody was going to be out there.
Sure.
I mean, my mom were trying to find the car driving me home. And they just kept on saying, sign this. And, I mean, little kids, those are my fans. I know who my fans are.
Sure.
I know who are, like, the people that are just trying to make money off the pictures and stuff. And so, I mean, I'll sign a couple for them, but then it's like after a couple, like, you don't have to harass me about it. And I was on a serious phone call with one of my family members, and they just kept on booing. And then they're like, oh, if it was Jessica Simpson, you would have been crying and stuff. And I was like, because I did a YouTube where I met Jessica Simpson. I thought it was, like, really cool. And so I was like, amazed because I am still normal. I do look up, like, I do like people, and when I meet them, I'm like amazed about meeting them. And so it was just like a rude comment that I was like, that was uncalled for, dude. Like, seriously, that was uncalled for.
So you say you're normal. What's name 3 normal things you've done so far today besides getting up and putting your clothes on and brushing your teeth? Like, what's a normal you kind of moment?
I cleaned up my dog's crap. I don't have anybody do that for me. Usually some people do. Let's see. What
Did you fight with your boyfriend?
No comment.
You haven't had a fight? Everything's good with the boyfriend? Because you're a normal person, and normal people get into issues with their significant others.
No, normal. No comment on that one.
Well, you know what? From the last time to this time, they must have, like, schooled you. You have gotten very good. And I detect a different level of maturity out of you, too, like,
really?
in the last year.
Oh,
Because it's been about a year since we talked, too. And I think that I mean, and I'm not just kissing your ass. I can kind of tell that you have, the success of the new movie and whatnot has kind of brought you to a place where you're like, you know what? I'm comfortable with things now. And you know what? The world is kind of mine. And
not really.
Well, you're kind of on top of it for the most part. I mean, whereas last time it was easy to kind of have fun with, but now you're kind of in the driver's seat.
I am. But, I think that, like, when you are successful, there are 2 different, like, success stories about people. Like, you could either be really totally grounded and insecure about stuff,
sure,
or you could be totally confident and, like, think you're the, like, you're, who's who, and, like, you are, and you get totally, just think you're the coolest person on earth. And really, I have had that point where I'm still, like, I'm not, I don't know why, but I am more different. I'm still confident, but I am more of, like,
yet grounded.
Well, yeah, but I'm grounded, but I'm like, I just feel like insecure sometimes about things. Like, why do people like my music? Like, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I like my music, but it's a cool thing. It's just, I think that I'm glad I'm that way because I'm more grounded in a way, but I do wish I was like more like, you know.
Well, I was telling Tommy and so the people at the label, Tommy Page, who did your A&R on the project, so I think the time is right now for you. I know at the beginning it was a little rough, but then you have the High School Musical success on #2, and now I think we're going to see you blow up.